A very, very good evening, a very, very warm welcome. We are here for Cone Racing League Tier 3, Race 3, here at Zandvoort. An exciting night ahead of racing. We've had 2 races so far. Of course, we've been to Britain, and a bit more recently, we've been to France, and we're here for Race 3 of the season, as I've already mentioned, here at the circuit Zandvoort in the Netherlands. We've got 17 tonight on the grid, a full qualifying session, and a 50% Grand Prix is on the way. Please make sure you join us for what will be, I have no doubt, another superb race in Tier 3 as the championship already starts to get up. We've had 2 really interesting races. Of course, that memorable race in Britain where it rained at the end of the race and it was a crazy end where JB Bally won. And then, of course, last week in France, unfortunately, I missed the commentary last week in France. I wasn't feeling a little bit under the weather. So thank you to both Cammy, Wee Cammy and Wild Dog for stepping in last week and doing a fine job filling my shoes in the Tier 3 commentary box last week, so well done to them too, and thank you to them both for filling in. I am back, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm looking forward to getting back on commentary and watching these boys battle it out, and what is a very tough circuit. I raced here, of course, in Tier 4 on Monday. We won't talk too much about my race, it didn't go to plan in the end, unfortunately, but it's a very tough circuit. It's such a high speed track, and a track that I think is quite difficult to overtake on. Of course, you've got the main straight, which isn't it's not the longest straight in the world. It's no Mexico by any means. But obviously, you can overtake on the main straight. I mean, you can overtake wherever you want, but I think overall it's a very difficult track to navigate, and it's very easy to lose a car. And we all know how tough F1 is this year. And if you touch a curb in an F1 race, you're in trouble. But there's so many tough curbs around Zandvoort, and if you clip any of them, for example, to this second to last one here now, if you're on board with JB in the Haas, touch that curb, you're spinning. The fastest time so far is the actual man in the Mercedes, the 1:10.8. Where will JB in the Haas place himself on his first run around? He'll place himself with a 1:11.1, sorry, which is P6 for the Haas. P6. 17 for tonight so far. I'm not sure if any more are joining us. Thank you to the 10 people already that are in the stream. Make sure you drop a like and drop a sub if you've not already. There you go. There's proof in the pudding. Touch the curb. Atom's done it, and so's JB done it as well. 2 people for 1 there. And there's already an example. If you touch the curb in Zandvoort, you're in a bit of a spinneroo. A couple of Tier 4s tonight, a couple of my boys filling. I can see Mark Wilson in the Mercedes. Mark, who won here, he won the Tier 4 race against all the odds on Monday. Fully deserved from Mark. Can he make it back-to-back wins in Zandvoort? Surely not, but who knows. Who else is the reserve tonight from my tier? Atom is also a Tier 4 driver, helping him to fill the grid tonight as well. And I believe that's it. I think JB's also reserved. I think JB X221 in the Haas is a reserve as well. So 17 for tonight, not the usual per 20 we've got. Good evening, Dragon, mate. Hope you're well. Not to see you on track tonight, mate, but I hope you're okay, pal. Hopefully see you on track again very soon. And of course, what it means is, with 17 being here and not 20, is that you won't be seeing 5 people go out in Q1. Only 2 will go out in Q1. As you can already see, the Aston Martin of Drone, who also is reserved tonight, I believe, has already lost the car, not set a lap time, and his quality's over. So only 1 of the remaining cars there is going to go out in Q1. Last, of course, is multiple DNS. Is a purple sector 2 for the Williams of Craig 82 as he rounds the last couple of corners, touches the curb a little bit. I will go over last week's results in a moment. Let's just let Craigo finish his first lap in that lovely looking Williams car. There's a bit of a squirm out of the corner, but he saves it, rounds the last corner. 1:10.8 is the time to beat. Did he clip a wall? I think he did, and he's going to come into the pits and not set a lap time. 9 minutes to go in Q1. Sorry, Craig was already set a lap, hasn't he? 1:11.1, apologies. There's McConey in the Haas, it's a 1:10.5. He's 3 tenths quicker than that actual man who currently goes fastest in the Haas. What about a lot of people's favourite for this year, Pheasant Plucker? He set good time in quali so far, but let himself down a little bit with his race pace. I'm sure that he'll look to kick on as the season goes on. Pheasant Plucker crosses the line, and once again his quali pace is looking strong. It's the fastest time so far. It's a banging 1:10.2, 3 tenths quicker than the Haas of McConey. He looked pretty good in Britain, didn't he, Pheasant Plucker, in qualifying? He's looking pretty nippy in qualifying again in the Alfa Romeo once again. So far, that man there is the fastest time in Q1. I've been told by a little birdie that we're starting in the rain in Zandvoort. Good evening, Leon, my friend. I have been told that we're having a bit of a wet start here in Zandvoort for the first 10-15 minutes of the race. So that could really mix it up on the inters, couldn't it, and spice up the start to this race. Please excuse me for tonight as well. I am still feeling a little bit under the weather. Still got a bit of a cough, so do bear with me. But I will do my very, very best. I'm going to quickly go over the previous 2 race results from Britain in race 1 and in France in race 2. Bear with me 1 second. So of course in Britain, race 1, it was a fabulous night if you tuned in Britain, which JB Bowie in the Alpha Tauri took the win. 40 points for Bowie, his first race in Tier 3, and he was crowned winner. He was on the podium in the end by a Liverpool fan who's not here tonight, and the man I just mentioned, Leon, in the Ferrari in P3. It was a P4 for Murphy, and if you remember, Murphy did finish on the podium on the night, but due to pens, etc., dropped down to P4. As for the race I missed last week in France, it was a win for Cole Paradox in the Red Bull. He was on the podium by JB Bowie. Oh, sorry, no, he wasn't. Ignore me, that's the Drivers' Championship. Ignore me. The results from France, apologies, Dat Rowland won last week, apologies. It was the McLaren of Dat Rowland who won in France. Not here tonight, unfortunately, so he won't be able to rekindle that fire and get the win. But he's a good result for Dat Rowland last week, and I'm sure that he'll be looking to kick on when he is here. I'm sure there's a very good reason as to why he's not here tonight, but he won last week and he was joined by Cole Paradox and Warrior Huntsman on the podium in France. 2 races in, and your drivers' standings are as follows. Cole Paradox is the leader with 53 points, followed very, very closely by JB Bowie, who's 1 point behind him on 52. Dat Rowland, who's not here tonight, P3 on 40. Liverpool fan and VFL Faker complete your championship top 5, so 1 point separating Cole Paradox and JB Bowie coming into tonight's Grand Prix. It's only early in the season, of course, but every point matters in this season. Points can win you the championship, 1 point can win you the championship, so every point matters in this championship, and these drivers all want to do the best tonight and get another win under their belt, and Cole Paradox and Bowie only a point between them. Not to be fair, that Rowland's not too far behind either, but of course he's not here tonight. It's a chance for the likes of Paradox and Bowie to... Oh, Doomsray has a spinneroonie. Number 27 onto the gravel, and he's very lucky, to be fair, that he's not retired the car there. You can see that his wing's off completely. He is very lucky not to have retired the car there, Doomsray. A very, very lucky boy, but he is just about saved. Of course, Zandvoort is the shortest pit lane in F1. There's a fact for you, fact fans. We've been to Britain and France so far, they're 2 longest. Now we're in Zandvoort, which has the shortest pit lane. I think it's about 15 seconds time lost in Zandvoort on the pit lane, I do believe. And it is on record, on course, for the shortest pit lane in Formula 1. A bit of information on the circuit Zandvoort, of course, is a 14-turn circuit with 2 DRS detection zones. And of course, we're not had a race here yet in F1. Obviously it was brought back onto the calendar from last year, but due to COVID restrictions there was no race in Zandvoort last year, which is a bit of a shame. But we are here this Sunday in real life. I'm sure that the orange wall of Max Verstappen fans will, make it a real spicy race and put Hamilton under a lot of pressure on Sunday. So it's really exciting that this Sunday we're in Zandvoort, and tonight we're in Zandvoort. So it's a Zandvoort week in F1 on the game and in real life. Of course, Zandvoort, 14-turn circuit with 2 DRS detection zones, and we'll be racing, I believe, 36 laps tonight, of course, at 50%. There's a Haas off there. Is that JB? It is JB. Had an incident, clearly. Let's stay on board then with the man who's P2 in the championship. It's a purple sector for that man, number 2, JB Bowie. He's second in the championship. He's got car number 2. Might be an omen. He's a point, as I mentioned, behind the leader. Bowie's not set a time just yet. Where will one of the championship favourites in the early courses put his car winner on the opening night, as mentioned, at the British Grand Prix? A man who was superb when he joined in Tier 4 last season, put me under a lot of pressure and beat me on many occasions in Tier 4 last season. We know he's got the pace, and he's definitely going to be up there this season to bring that Tier 3 crown home. I have absolutely no doubt about it. But where will Mr. JB Bowie place his car in Q1? Strauss has retired. He's not set a lap either, so that must be an incident. He's in the pits, which is a funny one. Bowie going to cross the line, he's going to go 11th. It's enough. And to be fair now, with 3 minutes to go, all these drivers are through, because only 2 are going to go out. Strauss and Drone have retired. So all these last lads that are left can retire, they're through. Atom's not even set a tyre and he's through. So Drone and Strauss and Aston Martin and the McLaren are going to be out, as Bowie is the next one to have a spinneroonie on the corner. This is in the dry, by the way, wait till it rains. Woohoo! and get a quick drink. I think a lot of the boys have realised that, you know, that they're through, and they can retire because of Drone and Strauss's qualifying, and that looks like that's your Q2 sorted. Where are we next week? We're in Belgium next week. A bit of Eau Rouge. Bit of Eau Rouge. I'm not looking forward to that after last year, but we will see. I want to quickly go over the Constructors' Championship. Someone said Nacho Man has some pace, watch out for him. I know he has, mate. The Nacho Man. I'm a big fan of the Nacho Man. Nacho Man. Nacho Man. Might have to do another rendition of It's Raining Man later, won't I, when it's raining. It's raining, man. Hallelujah. We'll see if it rains at the start, which is meant to. I'll give you a bit of it. I'll give you a bit of a song. Hedge exclusive. Here's your Constructors' Championship, by the way. Red Bull are top of the pops at the moment after 2 races. 2:47 for Red Bull. Williams in second, 2:17. Alfa Romeo complete the top 3 for 1:97, followed by Mercedes, Aston Martin, Haas, Alfa Tauri, McLaren, Alpine, and Ferrari. Rock bottom on 98 points, but I'm sure that Leon and Doomsday want to change their fortunes tonight and get Ferrari off rock bottom. And that's pretty much Q1 done. And it's going to be Drone and Strauss that are going to be eliminated in Q1. And we'll be looking forward so it gets a little bit more spicy in Q2. Thank you to the 12 people that are in the stream. Drop a like, drop a sub if you're not already. And make sure you click the notification bell and never miss a Cone Racing League video. And also, let me know who's going to win tonight. Who's your money on? Let me know. Let me know. Give me some predictions. I'm not going to say anything just yet. I'm going to let qualifying unfold. I think, obviously, with everyone sat on the wets, by the looks of it, on the wet compound, it could make it an interesting race. And it's a tough track in the dry. I know, man, in the wets. You've seen 3 or 4 spins already here in the dries. Imagine in the wets. And a lot. It's interesting because I would imagine all these drivers will have a dry setup on as well. With you know, I think is it 10 minutes of wet weather and then going to dries according to the forecast, I think. So I'd expect people to have a dry setup on, with most of the race being in dry. So could be interesting. Could be spicy. As I thought for a minute that JB a lot. We've got JBX221 and JB Bowie, 2 JBs tonight. Get in there. Get in there. Who's going to win tonight? Any predictions? Anyone? Who's your money on? What teams are we supporting? Now, as I mentioned on many occasions, I'm very neutral in this league. Come on, Aston Martin. Cole Paradox will win, of course. Dragon Dragon on the speed. That's your teammate. That's why he's saying that. I love that, though. Love that. You know, a bit of team bonding. I'm not too chuffed either. Why is there only one Aston Martin tonight? Where's the other one? What's going on there, then? I'll tell you what, I'm not happy. Where's the other Aston Martin? We're at a disadvantage here, aren't we? Bloody hell. Doomsday on the podium. Well, Ferrari need points, mate. You're rock bottom. Rock bottom, man. Need points, bro. Let's see what happens. Qualifying's over anyway, ain't it, pretty much? So I'm just going to have a drink, sit back, you know, let this couple of minutes unfold. I'll be with you as we look ahead to race 3, tier 3 in Zan 2 on its way shortly. If you are just joining us, a very, very warm welcome, a very, very good evening on this Thursday night for some Cone Racing League action. We're here for race 3 in tier 3 of Cone Racing League Season 5, and Pheasant Plucker is the fastest man in Q1, followed by McConey, followed by Murphy. Go on, Murph! Craigo. Matt Wilson, Tier 4 driver, won here on Monday. Joining tonight, he's 5th in Q1. Is he going to win? Imagine if he won Tier 3 as well. Just robs Tier 3 and wins it. What a man. Milios, Doomsray, Leon Denatraman, Jacko, Warrior Huntsman, JB Bowie, Cole Paradox and Atom are through. Drone and Shroud, since that time, they are out. Eliminated in Q1. Let's get ready. Where it gets a little bit more spicy in Q2. Back in a moment. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go. Q2, baby. 15 minutes. 10 cars go through. 5 will be eliminated. I don't know what I'm talking like that. Now, normally in Q2, of course, you know, if you're in the top 10, whatever tyre you take your fastest lap on, you start the race on. But if it is a wet start, then that kind of goes out the window a little bit here, doesn't it? Because obviously you'll be on the inters. Or the full wet, depending on how bad the rain is. Obviously, I don't know. I can't check the weather. I don't have the facilities for that big man, unfortunately. So I'm just relying on the boys, really, to help me out. But I've been told it's a wet start. Which is a commentator. It's exciting. Very exciting. I'm not going to lie. It is exciting. But who will make it into that final qualifying and give themselves a chance of taking pole here in Zandvoort? Of course, 10 will go through, 5 more will be out. They'll get the boot here in Q2, as we all know. The first on track is going to be the Haas of JBX221. It's going to take us on our first lap of Q2, of course. A little bit short of Q2. Q1 is 18 minutes, Q2 a little bit short at 15 minutes. Still more than enough time, though, to, you know, get a few laps in, especially on the on such a short circuit, on such a short pit lane. Obviously says, where are the McLarens? Obviously a Tier 2 McLaren drive, wondering where his teammates are in Tier 3. No McLarens tonight, Obviously. What's going on there? Obviously, mate, you're going to get a win tonight in Q2. Best of luck to you, pal. But no McLarens, mate, I don't know. One went out in Q1, didn't they, actually? Strauss went out in Q1, didn't he? So there's one McLaren, obviously. There's one McLaren. No, Aston Martin's in Q2. What's going on there, then? As an Aston Martin team member, representative, I'm not too chuffed about that. But, you know, we'll move on. It is what it is. I wish luck to everyone who's racing tonight, whether it's in Tier 1, Tier 2 or Tier 3. If you're racing tonight, I wish you all the luck in the world. It can't go as bad as what happened to me in Zandvoort, can it? You know, it can't get as much bad luck as me, so... oh, Strauss! Oh, Jacko! Jacko, the straight on! Hear me! Oh, dear! Oh, Jacko. What's happened there, then? What has happened there? A bit of a squirmy wormy on the main straight. And the AlphaTauri Jacko has not even set a lap! And his qualifying session is over. Strauss is quali banned, that's why he didn't set a time in Q1. Apologies, Strauss, I didn't know that, mate. I weren't here last week, but that makes sense. So, there you go, obviously, there's your answer to why McLaren out in Q2. But Jacko isn't going to be in Q3, that's for sure. The Aston Martin, so the AlphaTauri is out. Here comes JB on his first lap. It's going to be a 1:11 dead. Next is going to be, is that Craigo? I think it's Craigo. It is Craigo, it's a 1:11 dead again. Narrowly ahead. Here comes the other AlphaTauri, Mr. JB. He won in Britain. Bowie gets a 1:11.5, a little bit slower. Next is going to be the Red Bull of Cole Paradox. Of course, our championship leader at the moment is Mr. Cole Paradox. He crosses line with his first lap and sets a 1:11.3. Spicy. Spicy, Declan Ricey. Cole Paradox, 53 points top of the championship. JB Bowie, 52 points second. They've both eliminated each other in quality. Oh, tasty. More laps coming in now as well as a Ferrari. Of Leon goes quickest, a 1:10.8. The boy is on flames. Next, is that an Alfa Romeo? It is an Alfa Romeo, I believe. It's going to be Atom. He crosses the line with a 1:12.8, a little bit slower from our Tier 4 driver that's helping out tonight. Pheasant Pucker once again on the mediums. Gets a 1:10.6, the fastest on medium tyres. The boy, he loves quality Pheasant, doesn't he? He loves it! Doomsday, to be fair, goes quicker, but Pheasant on the mediums, the 1:10.6. Superb. Then that man, 1:10.5. The laps are coming in thick and fast here, aren't they? Bloody hell. Oh, Atom. Oh, he's alright, he's good. He's alright, he's still with us. I told me, be careful, there's a car coming, be careful. He's good, he's alright. Hey, Mark Wilson, shout out to Mark, Tier 4 driver, won here on Monday. And once again, he's looking pretty nippy in quality. Go on, Mark, lad. Go on, Mark. Love it. Love it. So far, Doomsday quickest, but Nacho, man, not too far behind. Pheasant Plucker on the mediums, he's third fastest, which is pretty decent. Let's keep on board then with the Alpine of Milios. I believe he's a reserve driver as well. I remember seeing him in USA. I think he was in a Ferrari in USA in the pre-season race. He's in that lovely looking blue Alpine tonight, looking to bring guys in there Esteban Ocon and win a Grand Prix. Let's see then, where will Milios put himself? Fastest lap so far is a 1:10.4 set by the Ferrari of Doomsday. Considering that Ferrari at the bottom of the championship in terms of constructors points, both their drivers so far in Q2 in the top 4, so Leon and Doomsday doing a pretty decent job here for the Ferrari teams. The yellow flag on the straight again. I think it's actually JB. Is it Bowie? It is Bowie. He's got no damage, but unless he was just letting the other JB go through, quite possibly. Let's see then where Milios will put himself. There's only him and Murphy that are yet to set a lap. It looks like someone else had a spin here. Is it Bowie? Is letting people pass again, Bowie, maybe? Yeah, it looks like he is actually. So where will this lovely looking Alpine of Milios, who's got that lovely little gold helmet by the looks of it. Oh! Nearly spun, whether the Haas was in his way, I'm not too sure. But Milios' first lap will be a 1:10.7. It's P4, which will, as it stands, puts him comfortably into Q3. Looks like Craig's going to come out for a lap as well. Murphy is on a lap now on a medium tyre. The man who got a P4 started really well in Britain, didn't he, with that P4. Murphy looking to kick on tonight and get some more points in this championship. A very close battle so far in both the Drivers and Constructors Championships. Of course, only so early in the season, but as I mentioned already, every point for Drivers and Constructors matters. Every point matters. Points make prizes, man. You know, every point matters, and even so early in the season, you know, it's important to get as many points on the board as physically possible. Let's keep on board then with this man here, Mr. Cone Racing League _ Murphy, who's looking to put himself into Q3 with his teammate Craig. Craig going 8th at the moment, and that was a soft time, I believe, at 1:11 dead. It may have been medium, I'm not too sure, but I think it was a soft time, wasn't it? Murphy runs the last corner, then it's a 1:10.4 to beat. His good friend Pheasant Plucker's Murphy's mate, isn't it? Pheasant's Murphy's mate, who's in P3, Doomsday top of the pops so far. Murphy goes 11th at the moment on the mediums, of course. He has time to pit though, and put softs on and try and book his place in Q3. At the moment though, he's not going to be in Q3. Bowie on the border of elimination here, Bowie, isn't he? A 1:11.1 so far by Bowie. Means he's currently sat in P10 on that borderline, isn't he? And I want to improve Bowie and, cement his place into Q3, especially when his teammate Jacko is out without setting a lap time. Bowie not improving at the moment on his lap, so as it stands, not an improvement from that number 2, the man who's second in the championship. There's a guy in front of him who's just spun. That is Murphy on the medium, so that's his medium tyre done with. He needs to pit and put soft. And to be fair, there's still 7 minutes. It's a short pit lane, more than enough time to pit and get a lap or two in. So no panic for anybody at this stage. There's a long way to go, and I'm sure that lap times will change. People will go up, people will go down in this last 7 minutes as Bowie hits the wall. The man who's P2 in the championship, having a little bit of a tough time in Q2 at the moment. There's still 7 minutes to go, as I've mentioned, but he's in 10th. He's going to have to pit again, Bowie. And I tell you what, he's having a bit of a wormy, squirmy moment. He's Mr. JB Bowie, second in the championship, and at the moment, nowhere near guaranteed to be in Q3. But in fairness, none of his top, Cole Paradox, only in 9th himself. So the top 2 in the championship here, Paradox and Bowie, not having the most confident Q2 in the world. There's still a possibility they could both go out in Q2, which is big. The only a point between them, of course, it's only early in the season. Both of them having a bit of a difficult time in Q2 at the moment. Of course, Cole Paradox in 9th, Bowie is only in 11th, and he's going out at the moment. Bowie, Murphy, Huntsman, Atom will join Jacko out, but of course there's still 6 minutes, still acres of time to improve and put their place in Q3. But as it stands, Bowie is out, and Paradox, to be fair, could be out himself. He's only 9th. Huntsman goes quickest to 1:10.1, that is quick. And that Alpine Huntsman, of course, got a podium, a P3 in France. He was so lucky with that spin in the rain in Britain as well. Another one to watch out this year. The former... is Craig overtied on track? He has! Craig Oswald on track. There you go. The Williams of Craigo in a wall, and that's him done, I think. So not the quality that the Williams of Craigo would have wanted. He's 10th at the moment, but the likelihood is one of them will be above him. It looks like Craigo will not be in Q3. Warren Huntsman at the moment, the quickest 1:10.1 for him. Of course, a previous Academy winner in Season 3, Warren Huntsman. Where will the Thrive Leon put himself? He's 6th so far for 1:10.8. Can he improve? You bet he can. 1:10.5. P3 and Ferrari at the moment looking pretty good. Both their drivers occupying the top 3 at the moment with 5 minutes to go. Doomsray second. Leon not far behind in third. Just squeezes above Denatraman by 0.002. But all these, to be fair, looking pretty comfortable for a Q3 place. Of course, Craigo out. JB not going to do enough to improve. Bowie out now. Knows at the moment he's not through. He's running out of time. Less than 5 minutes to go. This is probably Bowie's last chance to put a good lap in and put himself in Q3. Because as it stands, both Alpha Tauris are going to be out in Q3. And the man who's second in the championship, Bowie, not through. Where's Cole Paradox? He's only 9th, to be fair. So the championship leader still by no means confirming into Q2, into Q3 himself, sorry. There's a pit stop for JB. He's also not through. Murphy on out lap. Atom's on a lap now, but I think I already messed it up by the looks of it. Oh no, he's not. Apologies. No, he's not. He's not out. I do apologise. I thought the graphic told me that he's out, but he's not out. He's currently set at 1:12.8. The man who's a Tier 4 driver helping out tonight as a reserve. Big shout out to Atom, by the way, for helping out tonight in Tier 3. And let's see, can he put himself in the Alfa Romeo into Q3? He needs to improve on that 1:12.8, doesn't he, to be fair to him? Otherwise it looks like he's going to be out in Q2, but it's probably going to be his last opportunity. He's 5 temps up though, so he's improving at the moment. Atom needs to improve a little bit more than that, but it's a start. If he can nail the last couple of corners, he makes himself a little bit of a chance of putting the Alfa Romeo into Q3. Warren Hunter retired, but that, to be fair, looks like he's in the pits. And to be fair, yeah, he's first. He's through and into Q3. Don't need to stay out, does he? Here comes Atom, then round the last corner. Will he improve? It's not going to be enough though, is it? No, improves marginally, but nowhere near enough to put that Alfa Romeo into Q3. Bowie's retired. Is that on track? It is on track! Bowie! There he is in a wall! And JB Bowie, the man who sits second in the championship, will not be in Q3. Both Alpha Tauris on track DNFs for them both, Bowie and Jacko, and both of them will not be in Q3. A bit of a slip for Alpha Tauri, a bit of a slip for the man who's second in the championship, and a chance now for Cole Paradox, our championship leader, to put himself into Q3 and qualify better than the man who he's fighting with at the moment, J. Bowie. He's 9th at the moment, Paradox, not guaranteed to be through. But Bowie and Jacko, both Alpha Tauris, are out in Q2. Thank you to the 14 people in the stream. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. Tell me who's going to win this race. Let me have some predictions off you. Let me know. As our championship leader, Cole Paradox, still on the border of elimination, looking to improve on his lap time of a 1:11 dead. He's not improving at the moment in Sector 1. He'll be a little bit disappointed with that one, Mr. Cole Paradox. I know that his teammate Dragon Speed's not here tonight, but he's watching him and cheering him on in the stream. And he'll be looking to improve on that 1:11 dead, because at the moment he's on the border. Bowie's not happy in the chat. He says, that's me out. Well then, a P13 for Bowie looks like it. Where will Cole Paradox put himself? 1:11 dead, not the quickest. He looks like he's not improving on his time at the moment, so still a chance here that he could be out if. Oh, then again. Well, he is out at the moment. Of course, Murphy's improved. I didn't even realise. Yes, Murph Dog. So at the moment, Cole Paradox is out. He needs to improve. He rounds the last corner. Cole Paradox needs to improve his time to give himself any chance of going through. He doesn't improve his time. Cole Paradox looks like he's out. Unless he goes again. How long is left? Do we know? Where's the timer? Is this time? I'm guessing this time. We've not got a checkered flag, so I'm guessing this time. But as it stands, our championship leader and our championship P2 are both not going to make Q3. Cole Paradox and Bowie could both be out in Q2 here. Interesting. He is, however, improved a little bit. He needs to improve more than that, though. But as it stands, Cole Paradox with a serious chance of elimination here in Q2, unless he can save it with his last run now, right at the death of 1:11 dead so far. He needs to improve by a couple of attempts at least, doesn't he, to put Mark out. Let's see them as he on the run down to the final sector. Come on, Matt, love your commentary, Hedgehog. You sound so excited. Thank you, mate. I do my best. You know me, mate. You know me. Passionate. Here comes Cole as he runs the last couple of corners. Can he get into the 110s? And can he put his Red Bull by the skin of his teeth into Q3? Our championship leader going to cross the line. Is it going to be enough? No, it isn't. Cole Paradox, unless he goes again, which I mean, he could do, but I don't think he will. Or is he? I'm surprised, you know, because that'll be 3 runs now. No way. No, he stepped off. Dumb. I'm going to say fuel. No chance. And Cole Paradox, ladies and gentlemen, is out in Q2. So P1 in the championship, Cole Paradox. P2 in the championship, JB Bowie. Both of them will not be fighting for pole in Q3. A very interesting start to this Dutch Grand Prix. It looks like Mark Wilson, to be fair. Yeah, so Mark Wilson, a tier 4 driver reserving tonight, 1 here on Monday, is in Q3. Go on, Mark, lad. Go on, Marky boy. Love it. Well played, Mark. Well played, my son. That's in bold, Mark. He's going to go again and try and improve on his P10 in Q2. Reserving for the Williams tonight. Mark currently set a time of 1:10.8. Can he improve a 1:10.8? He can, I think. No, he can't. 1:10.9. But it is Q3, Mark. You're in Q3, boy. Up the edge, yes, Libby. Let's see in the chat, pal. Hey, well done, Mark. Big up, Mark. Warren Huntsman so far the quickest in Q2. Pheasant and Marconi, the top 3, going to grab a quick drink as we prepare and get ready for Q3. You're going to take pole, let me know in the chat. There's your Q2. Craigo, Paradox, Bowie, Atto and Jacko all out. Going through. Huntsman, Pheasant, Marconi, Malios, Doomsray, Didacho, Man, Leon, JB, Murphy and Mark. I've just had a look in the paddock. And Didacho Man's put in the tier 3 paddock. He's put, our commentator is absolutely nuts, by the way. Cheers, mate. Yeah. I'll take that. You know, I love it, like, you get so many nice messages for commentary, and it's nice, you know, it's nice, you're doing a decent job. I'm crazy, though. I can't help it, like, I sit here sometimes, I say, Edge, right, just chill out tonight, you know, relax, you know, do your best, just chill out. I can't help it, man, can't help it, Hey, big up, Leon, big up Ferrari, mate, big up Ferrari. Bottom of Constructors Championship, but both in Q3. Love it, Leon, love it, mate. Leon! Pole, mate, pole. Yeah, it's going to be tough, though. Pole's going to be close. I couldn't call it. Genuinely, I couldn't call it. Pole's going to be close. It's all dry for now, but of course it won't be dry in a few minutes in the race. 10 people fighting out for pole position. 2 Hasses, 1 Williams, 1 Alfa Romeo, 2 Alpines, 2 Mercedes, 2 Ferraris. Here we go, then. Who's taking pole? Someone let me know. Someone give a prediction. My prediction, I'm going to go bold. I'm going to say, I'm going to go Leon. Who knows? It's going to be close, you know. Any of these boys could take pole. And I think pole on a track like Zandvoort's key. It's not the easiest track to overtake. It's a tough turn one. And in the rain, it'll be even tougher. So I think pole is... Look, pole's key, of course, everywhere you go, but I think it'll be even more key tonight. Who knows? Let's stay on board then with this man here, Mr. Doomsray, on that lap. Let's just enjoy the view at the moment of this unique circuit with them sand dunes surrounding this track. One of the most unique circuits in F1, of course, on the beach in Zandvoort. Seaside. Oh, I do love to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do love to be beside the sea. I'm not going to sing the rest of it. There's Doomsray gets us ready for the first lap of Q3. 10.5 minutes to go, 10.5 minutes for the drivers to give you absolutely everything here. An opportunity to take pole in race 3 of this Tier 3 race here in Circuit Zandvoort in Netherlands. As on board then with Doomsray as he takes us on our first lap of this qualifying session. This is it then, 10 minutes, shootout. Who takes pole? Let's find out. Doomsray going to be the first man to get a lap time in, all being well. Yellow flag, maybe a Mercedes and Mark having a bit of an incident there. Quite possibly, as a natural man is in the pits. Let's see then what this man can do. It's a purple sector, of course. Lots have been set, of course, so you know. He could have drawn down the track at 5 miles an hour and got a purple sector. Number 27 is Doomsday. As I mentioned, Ferrari, bottom of the Constructors' Championship at the moment. But in fairness, both drivers in Q3, good chance tonight of getting some points, Ferrari, and kicking off their season. I remember last year, Racing Park were bottom at the start. They ended up winning, didn't they, the whole thing. So, you know, never give up. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. You know, like Cone have started merch. I reckon they bring out a Hedge CD. Get a few songs going. Hedge CD. How many people would buy it? It's a out money maker, wouldn't it? As Doomsday crosses the line first with 1:10.7, that is your time to beat. Next up is going to be the Alpine of Milios. Can he beat a 1:10.7? Yes, he can. A 1:10.5. Next up is going to be the Williams of Murphy. He's going to get a 1:10.8. So close so far. Mercedes the next to be of the Tier 4 winner on Monday. Mark Wilson reserving tonight, looking to make it back-to-back wins here in Zandvoort. Don't rule it out. Who knows? That looks like he had a bit of a disappointing start though, Mark, there. And I think he may have had an incident on his outlap, Mark, in fairness to him. Hedgehog, driver, commentator, and now a singer. That's what I do! What's the word? Multi-dynamic? I don't know what the word is. I'm thinking of something, I can't remember what it is. McConey gets a 1:10.2. Warrior Huntsman gets a 1:10.1. Pheasant, we know he loves quality, don't we? On an outlap. Nacho Man. On an outlap. Nacho Man. The Nacho Man. On an outlap. Pheasant Plucker going to be the next person, I believe, to get a time in, unless any of these boys in front. Let's have a look. I think you've already done one lap, haven't they? Unless they go again, but I'd play pit and put more softs on. And to be fair, they don't have another set of softs. Let's see then. Liam's going to go. Oh, Liam's not gone yet, to be fair, has he? An incident, I think. We've got a 1:30.4. Oh. Oh, Leon. No, Neil. What about your boy in the Ferrari? Doomsray from 4th. Stays 4th. 1:10.7 for Doomsray. Mark Wilson, is he going to go again? No, he's not. JB, he's going, but it's McConey, isn't it? He's also down this time. Malios, no. Huntsman? No, not going to go again, is he? Looks like everyone's on their first times on Pheasants. Oh, there's the Alfa Romeo lawnmower just come out this week. And not the start the Pheasant would have wanted to call. One of the favourites, I'd imagine, for pole tonight. The Nacho Man goes P2, baby, a 1:10.2. Nacho Man, the Nacho Man. And Pheasant Plucker has a bit of a squirmy. Pheasant Plucker, what a commentator, by the way. Last year when I raced in Tier 4, and he commentated me all season, what a man. Love him. Love him. And I'd say one of the favourites for pole tonight. I was in a bit of a dodgy start. But you know, when he gets a lap together, he's pretty rapid, isn't he, the boy? Doomsday's going to pit, currently sat in P5. So as it stands, Warrior Huntsman has got the time to beat with a 1:10.1. Murphy looking pretty good as well for 1:10.8. It's close. It's close. It is close. No, that's not close. It's close to being a DNF for Pheasant. He's in the wall. He's got damage as well. It's a left end plate. And it's not the start that he would have wanted in Q3. There is time, of course. I'm sure that everyone will go again on another run. But not a good start for the Pheasant Plucker. To pit, get a new wing, get some new tyres on. Look how dirty that car is, by the way. Get a jet wash on that. And go again. Someone let me know that the stream is looking and sounding okay, please. That would be greatly appreciated on this Thursday evening. Cone Racing League Tier 3, Race 3 here in Zandvoort. 5 minutes to go in Q3 ahead of what will be, I have no doubt, an incredible, entertaining, a fascinating 36 laps of racing. I'm going to have a quick drink as we get ready for the drivers to have one more run and take it on the pole. Can we get a quick drink? Back with you in a moment. Let's get ready to rumble! Here we go then, 4 minutes to go in Q3. Drivers going to give it absolutely everything to take pole, which as it stands belongs to the former Academy winner in Season 3, Warrior _ with a 1:10.1 to beat. Can Donacho Man put himself on Donacho pole? Let's find out. McConey is going to be the first one to get us underway on his second lap. He's currently in P3 with a 1:10.2, agonisingly close to Donacho Man. It's close, to be fair, between the top three. Can McConey take pole in that Colgate-looking Haas? Let's find out. Jumper driver number 98 for CRL _ McConey. Can he put himself on McCone pole? That was awful. Ignore that. Let's move on. McConey then looking to try and get a 1:10, probably a 1:10 dead to be fair, at least, to take pole here. It's a purple sector for McConey. It's a good start to the lap for the boy. As we enter the closing stages of Q3, just 3.5 minutes left as the clock begins to trickle down as McConey nearly loses the car. Oh my goodness me. And that may have screwed up his lap. I think it has, to be fair. I think he stepped off. Yeah, he has. I'll go again. Purple sector, it's a shame. It's a shame for McConey. Who's next then? On a lap is Cone Racing League _ Murphy's got a 1:10.8 so far, currently sat in P6. His teammate Craigo, of course, out in Q2. Murphy looking to put his Williams on pole. Why not? Currently, unfortunately, though, he's not improving on his time unless he can have a banging last sector. Doesn't like Murphy will improve on his time on this occasion. A 1:10.8 Murphy's got so far. It's close, isn't it? If you look at that. 1:10.8 from Mark in 9th, sorry, down to, should I say, to Huntsman for 1:10.1. It's close. Murphy will improve, is he? No, he's not going to improve, unfortunately, on that run. JB's invalidated his lap. This Miley Owens is off the track. That's no good, is it? The Mercedes of Mark Wilson. Next, Murphy been disqualified, to be fair, which is a very bizarre one. I'm not too sure about that. That seems kind of ridiculous to me, but okay. Mark Wilson goes 4th. Go on, Marky boy! Now, Roy Huntsman's 4 temps up. He's on flames, mate! Get a fire extinguisher and put him out! Roy Huntsman's on fire here! It's a 1:9.7! Beat that if you can! Oh! Jesus! That's a banger! Oh, bloody hell! That's not a banger! Leon, mate! Where are you going, son? Jesus! Jeez Louise! Emilio isn't going to improve either. Roy Huntsman's going to take pole. I'll tell you that for now. For nothing, should I say. That is an absolute corkeroony. McConaughey looks so screwed up again here. Roy Huntsman's got pole, hasn't he? He's got pole, I think, here, Roy Huntsman. That's a banger, you know. 1:9.7. Chee! That is a banger. That Tron's on an outlap. I'm sure he'll want to try and take pole. Leon then, though. Woohoo! Jesus, Leon. Really took off. Bloody hell. That was a corker, Leon. I love you. I love you, Leon. I know you're in this chat, mate. I love you. Go again, mate. I mean, you're not going to go again, are you? I mean, you've not got damage from that. I don't know how. How have you not got damage from that? What the hell? Oh, bloody hell! No! Nacho, man! Oh! The Nacho off the track! Oh, the Nacho. The Natch, no! It's over. Leon's retired. JB's off and all. What's going on here? Bloody hell. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited again, aren't I? But I tell you, whoa! Boys. What boys? Boys. Millie O's stays 6th fastest. And I think Roy Huntsman's going to get pole here. I think Pheasant can stop him. He might be the only person to stop him here, Pheasant, I think. It's been a very, very weird quali where a lot of people have messed up lap times. Oh dear me. This is it then. This is it. Last chance saloon. Mark Wilson's going to be... Mark Wilson's got a purple sector! He can't win tier 4 and then take pole in tier 3, surely. The GOAT. Mark Wilson could take pole here. He wins tier 4 on Monday. No. Oh. Pheasant Plucker going to cross the line. Can he take pole? He can't. It's 4th for Pheasant. There's a purple sector for Miley O's, I think. There is, I think. Yeah, there is. Can he take pole? It's looking more and more likely that Roy Huntsman will take pole for 197 unless Miley O's can do something very, very special in the closing stages here. It's looking unlikely. Miley O's going to cross the line with a time of a 198. It is P2. It's an Alpine front row. An Alpine? Not an Alpine. An Alpine front row. If you're an Alpine fan or an Alpine driver, you will be over the moon to see that. Oh, over the blue moon. Oh, Mark ran out of fuel. Oh, Mark. Hey, Mark, no, P6. What a boy. And I tell you what, Alpine, top 2, a double front row. Roy Huntsman and Miley O's, they are on absolute... I don't know what they fed the Alpine team in the pits, but it must be Weetabix with extra sugar. Because they're on flames. Absolute corkers from Alpine. A double front row for Alpine. I tell you what, that sets us up nicely for what will be 36 laps of madness. Well done to Roy Huntsman, well done to Miley O's. Nacho Man and Marconi on the second row, very close. Look at them times. Pheasant Plucker and Mark Wilson in P6. Big shout out to Mark, my boy. He wins here on Monday, comes tonight as a reserve and gets P6 in quali. Superb. Doomsday and Leon, to be fair, Ferrari 7th and 8th, not bad. JB 9th. Murphy was very lucky, I think, with that DSQ. I don't know what he said, blocking the pit lane, but I call a bit of a yeah. He's 10th though. But I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Seems a bit unfair to me, that, to be honest with you. I'll tell you what a quali though. What a quali. If you're in the stream, drop a like, drop a sub, click that notification bell, do not miss a live stream, and let me know who's going to win this race. Who's your money on? Who's your money on? Tell me. You get to put money on this race. Who would you put it? Oh, it's raining, man. Hallelujah, it's raining, man. Under my umbrella, Ella, it's raining in Zandvoort, give me them intermediates. Love that. I like that message. I'll tell you what. As a commentator, as a driver, he's nothing worse, is there? But as a commentator, oh, the inters are on. Them inters are on, boy. I don't know how long for. I bet you can see every driver's got inters on, so that's your strategy straight away. Oh, damn. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the intermediates. I'm excited. Who's going to win? Someone tell me. Hit me up in the chat. Who's going to win this race? I have no idea. Roy Huntsman, remember last time I commentated on him in rain in Britain. Hopefully lightning doesn't strike twice. Fingers crossed. But I think this could be a very interesting lap one. This is a tough circuit in dries. You've seen that in qualifying. Never mind in the rain. Oh dear. Good luck though to each and every one of these 17 beasts who are here tonight for Cone Racing League Tier 3 Race 3. Radio Hedgehog live on CRL. Hey mate, Dragon. Could be a possibility that, mate. Radio Hedge, who knows? We are here though for Cone Racing League Tier 3 Race 3 here. It's a wet and slippy Zandvoort. To be fair, it looks like the rain's already stopping. It pretty much has stopped. It's literally stopping already. So maybe what, a couple laps on the inters, it'll dry out pretty quickly, I'd imagine. But it'll make it an interesting start, though. You know. Hey, to make a podcast. What on, mate? I already do podcasts on football. Maybe F1 could be something we need to look into. It looks like that it's going to dry up pretty quickly, this rain. It's already spitting. Looks like it's stopping already. But it'll make it a very interesting first few laps on the wet tyre, and I would imagine it'll dry up pretty quickly. But it is still raining for now. It'll make it, as I've said, an interesting couple of laps on the inters. It'll be wet, it'll be slimy, it'll be squirmy into turn 1. And I wish all these drivers the absolute best of luck here as we tackle Zandvoort in race 3, tier 3 of Cone Racing League Season 5. And it's lights out and away we go here in Zandvoort as we approach turn 1. Huntsman still leads Miley O's, looking to get an inside move on him into turn 1. They're 3 wide at turn 1. Huntsman, Nacho Man, and Miley O's is spinning at the back. You like Pheasant Plucker had lost the car a little bit. Huntsman still leads as Miley O's looks to have lost the place to the Nacho Man, but looks to try and get it back. In we go into turn 4, and that Nacho Man does take the place. He is in the Alpine sandwich here. There's a yellow flag towards the back. I think it is Pheasant Plucker. It is Pheasant Plucker. It's bad luck getting the race for a man who set such good pace in qualifying. It's an interesting start to the race. It's Huntsman from the Nacho Man, from Miley O's, McConey, Mark Wilson complete the top 5. A very interesting opening lap so far though, but a very good start for Huntsman. He looked at one point he was 3 wide. Into turn 1, but he seems to pull away pretty well. Drone has spun. Don't seem to have any visible damage, but maybe he does. And there you go. The Nacho Man is in a bit of an Alpine sandwich here. He separated them both. Warrington's already pulled away into the sunset. Followed by the Nacho Man, followed closely by Miley O's, McConey, Mark, Bauer, JB, Doomsray, Craigo, Paradox, and Leon. Complete your early top 10 of the approach. Lap 2 of the race, and already Huntsman's got a. It's not showing me the interval, but it's well over a second. Definitely. As the grid has a bit of an iffy moment like it always does. But a close start here as Cole Paradox having a look on Craigo and Doomsray. Can Cole go on the inside of the Williams? I don't think he can. Our championship leader. But he's sandwiched in there behind Doomsray and Craigo with Leon and Murphy not too far behind the Red Bull. But towards the front it's already a superb start for where is he? For Roy Huntsman, who leads the Grand Prix. Now there's a bit of a gap towards the car behind the and does go from 3rd, 2nd, as I mentioned, ahead of Malio's, and then it is the Haas of McConey and the standing Mercedes of Matt Wilson, who completes your top 5 early on in this Grand Prix. A bad start. Let's have a look at your changes for you. There you go, a bad start for Pheasant, who's down 10, Atom down 2, Drone down 1, but to be fair, not many changes really, other than Pheasant down 10, no more than 4 for any driver. But a good start for the Nacho Man, who's up 1, but to be fair, Huntsman looking pretty clean. It is still raining, so no chance of dry tyres yet. Not raining a lot, but it is still raining here in Zandvoort as we approach lap 3, so no chance of seeing any dry tyres just yet. I don't think we're going to be a million miles away, as it's not exactly hammering it down, is it? But certainly for the next few laps at least, going to be on the wet tyres here. On to lap 3, Huntsman from Donacho, from Malios, from McConey, from Mark Wilson is your top 3. Any battles here is Craigo looking for him on the fry. Doomsday's actually pitting here. Must have had an incident. As Cole Paradox having a look on Craigo. Williams versus Red Bull into turn 1. Smartly, to be fair, from Cole. That's why he's a championship leader, isn't he? You know, he's smart there. Some drivers would have gone for that move. He stepped off, waited his turn, and a very smart move. You can see already the gap down from Craigo. Sorry, from JB in 6th. Craigo is 7th. It's quite big. So already a big gap. Separating 6th down to 7th. Cole Paradox still up behind the Craigo. You want to try and get past him quickly though and try and close the gap on that top 6 that have already pulled away massively. And to be fair, there's a gap then down from Pheasant to the 3 behind him. So already a few gaps starting to form on track. We're only on lap 3. There's a long way to go. But the gap starting to form. What I do know is Roy Huntsman, who started at the start of the race in the lead, as we approach lap 4, he's still your race leader in the Alpine. Nacho Man still 2nd. Malio's third, McConey and Mark Wilson still fourth and fifth. There's an incident towards the back. There's a yellow flag. I think that may have been Atom. No damage. Is it Atom? Is it Atom? Or is it Drone? It could be Drone, actually. Has Drone got damage? No visible damage, but he looks like he's lost a couple of places there, Drone. Oh, and Malio's has spun! It's a big spin for the man who is in P3. It's no DNF, luckily, and that is very lucky, but it's a big crash. He's have to pick for more intermediates, which is not ideal at all. And Malio's, who's very lucky not to retire the car and be out of the Grand Prix there. Be out of the Grand Prix. He's had a big crash there. Damaged his car massively into the pits, and he's going to lose a lot of places as he pits for more inters. The rain's still falling here, not heavy by any means, but it still falls, and it puts McCoy into the top 3, Matt Wilson in top 4, and JB into top 5. So both Haas drivers so far in the top 5. A big gap then down to Cole Parks, who's got a bit of a train here now. The likes of Craigo, Leon and Murphy. Bowie as well, not too far behind. Neither is Big Papa Strauss in P10, who's up 6 to be fair. Good start for that lovely looking McLaren car. And the gap then is quite big down to Pheasant Plucker in P12, but a very lucky boy, man. He's down 15 places, but very lucky not to have retired the car there. He's on softs, which is, I mean, it's ludicrous to be honest with you. And like, obviously, he would not have wanted to pit for more intermediates, which is understandable. Oh, to be fair, what? DS enabled. It's still raining. How can you? What? Nah. I mean, I'm surprised. Oh. How can DS? I know it's not raining a lot, but we still got rain coming down. So softs aren't the one. You can't have softs on a wet track. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Malio's, but you know, he does him, and to be fair, Bowie and Leon are pitting as well. But is it really time for softs? As the two Williams go to Stowe, Craigo gets past Murphy. I mean, I'm surprised. You know, I know it's not raining a lot, but it's still a wet track. Doomsday, a rookie error. Speeding in the pit lane, it's such a rookie error. And it's going to cost the Ferrari big time there. But as you can see, towards the back, people pitting mediums to Doomsday, softs for 5 of the cars. So maybe it is time to pit. DS enabled, but I just don't get it because, you know, although it's very, very minimal, it is still raining, it's still a wet surface. So, you know, it is minimal, like I've said, but you can see there's still rain coming down, it's still a wet track. So I'm not too sure if it is time for soft yet. Of course, these boys obviously been told different to me. But I mean, you can see it's very, very minimal. But it is stopped raining now, to be fair. But even though it stopped raining, the track will still be damp for the next couple of laps. It was a very, very short stint in the rain. It stops already, but the track, I mean, it'll dry out pretty quickly now. I know I probably can understand the softs, but still too early. You can see the top 2, one's going to match man. Still thinking the intermediates of the tide, to be honest. This is interesting now, because you've still got people on the inters and you've got people on the dries. Not often you see people in the same race, some on wet tyres, some on dries. Penalty for Murphy, who's sped in the pits. There's an incident on the straight. Is it a Ferrari? It's a Ferrari not moving there. Let's have a look. It's Leon, he retired! Leon retired! Oh, Leon! And it's more heartbreak for the Scuderia because Leon is out of the Grand Prix, our first DNF of the evening, and Ferrari, who are rock bottom in the Constructors' Championship, have took more heart. Take another driver is out. There's no safety car, no VSC, but Leon is out of the race. And it's heartbreak for him. He becomes our first DNF of the evening, and now we are onto dry tyres. Warrington still leads. We can see there's still 6 cars here that are on the intermediate compound. I've been told the track is dry. Oh, Pheasant Plucker's gone as well! Oh, Murphy slipping. It's a safety car, and Pheasant Plucker is out of the race. And maybe the track wasn't dry, because 2 of them, to be fair, Pheasant's on it, isn't it? God knows. But in very early stages here, we've lost Leon in the Ferrari and Pheasant in the Alfa Romeo. It's a perfect opportunity now for that top 5 that were on intermediates to do a lap 7 pit stop, as this race is really starting to spring into life here. But heartbreak for Leon and for Pheasant, who are both out of the race. You can see no more wet tyres, they're gone. But an interesting one, wasn't it? You had people on the dries and the wets at the same time there. Mark Wilson, by the way, who won here on Monday in Tier 4, is now leading in Tier 3. He loves Zandvoort, doesn't he? But an interesting moment there between the crossover point for the wets and the dries, which has unfortunately resulted in 2 DNFs. Hasn't Puckett and Leon are both out of tonight's Grand Prix, which is obviously not great for them. What I do know is that Mark Wilson, who won it, I've said it many times, won it on Monday in Tier 4, is now your race leader on the softs on lap 7 in Tier 3. You can't write it, can you? You can't write it, but heartbreak for Pheasant. Anthony on a safety car, as I mentioned, is out. And an interesting start to this Grand Prix. I'm going to get a quick drink. I'm out with you in a moment. So then, on to lap 8, still under safety car. Bert Maylander still out on the track. And we've got some different strategies here. Fresh softs, fresh mediums, fresh hards for McConey. Matching his car, aren't they? Like that. Look at that, matching his car. Love that. Ooh, Huntsman is lagging in there. I noticed that earlier. You can see that he's got awful connection, Maury Huntsman, bless him. And he's lagging everywhere. But an interesting opening 8 laps here. Safety car, 2 DNFs, wet tyres, dry tyres, you name it, we've had it. And Mark Wilson, who's got a 5-second penalty, didn't realise that Mark's got a penalty, so's Murphy, so's Doomsday. Is your race leader. Everyone stopped at least once, of course, due to the weather change. And there are your tyres. Craig's just got a pen, which I'm assuming is for hitting into Doomsday, is it? Oh, sorry, Craig was a 3-second penalty, wasn't it, for multiple warnings. How did he cut the corner on a safety car? Genuinely, I don't get that. Seems to be a bit of a silly error to make that from Craigo. But nevertheless, it is done. As our race leader is Bert Maylander in the safety car. What a boy. I've already seen enough of him in the past week in Belgium. But it is in this lap. 16 people in the stream. Thank you so much for your love and support with this league as we get ready to go racing on lap 9. Apparently Mark Wilson got a penalty for Nacho hitting him under the safety car, which is interesting. Where is the Nacho man? He's in 12th. Oh. But then we'll stay on board then with the Mercedes and Mark Wilson, who's already got a taste for winning here on Monday. Can he win again? You never know. He's one of 4 drivers that have got a penalty though. As he rounds the final corner. On to lap 9. And he's gone. And we are racing again in Zandvoort. Lap 9 of 36. And Mark Wilson is your race leader. We've got more yellow flags. Is that a glitch? Are we racing like normal? It's also under yellow flags on my screen. We are under yellow flags, are we? Have I got a glitch? That's bizarre. I mean, it looks like we're racing like normal. We're certainly not racing like we're under a yellow flag. But you can see on my stream that we've got yellow flags all around, which is extremely bizarre. As the 2 Hasses looking to have a bit of a sniff on each other. That wrong, sorry about my accent story, pal, I hope you're well. Nevertheless, Mark Wilson leads. McConey in second and his teammate JB right behind him. There's a real queue here, to be fair, from Bowie, from Cole, from Murphy, from Strauss, Jacko, Craigo, the Nacho man, Doomsday, Jerome. They're all dead close to each other. This could get really interesting as the race, because I'm not sure why we're under yellow flags though. It must be a game glitch. Has JB just hit the wall? Did JB just hit the wall then? Possibly not. Why is it showing up as a yellow flag? I don't understand that. Looks like... Oh! An incident as Craig's been off the track. Just caught a glimpse of that at the end. And it's not a surprise when you see all these cars so close together. It's going to put the Williams right towards the back. We are under green flag again now. That was a really weird glitch, but thankfully we are sorted. Lap 10, you can see that Jacko and the Nacho Man are very, very close together. It's going to end in tears, I can see it. I hope I'm wrong, by the way, but I think it's going to end in tears, this. With them being so close together. Doom's had a bit of a skid as well there. As Joe has a bit of a look. Wasn't on though, was it? As Jacko doing a bit of grass cutting there, Jacko, isn't he? Oh, it's yellow flag again. Has someone gone off? Someone's gone right off. Craigo. It was also just reset to track, I think. Naughty boy. Naughty boy. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Naughty. You're teasing me. Towards the front then, Matt Wilson has got... Wait. What happened to Warrior? Is he out? He's been lapped. Oh no! Wait, what? He was leading the race earlier. And my only guess is that his connection. Yeah, look at his connection. It's gone, isn't it? What a shame. What a shame. Oh, that is a shame. For you. Look at this battle here, though. Look at this lot. Matt Wilson leads, by the way, from the moment. There's a yellow flag again, and no one's even there. What is going on here? Oh, Doomsday, where are you going, Sonny Jim? Where are you going, pal? Bloody hell. Lap 11, 2 DNF so far. Matt Wilson leads the Grand Prix. It's a double Haas 2 and 3 so far. Bowie, Cole, Murphy, Strauss, the Nacho Man, Jacqueline, Drone complete your top 10. There's a Mercedes getting off towards about after Nacho Man. Apparently Boyleman is leading, but got really bad connection. I mean, he isn't leading, he's 15th. I'm so confused. His connection's that bad that he's showing up as P15. Really? I mean... Oh! Bloody hell, Doomsday! You, sir, are in the pits with damage. Milio's in the pits with damage. And very lucky not to retire there. So apparently he's actually leading the race, which is bizarre. Extremely bizarre. I mean, yeah, weird. Either or, anyway, yeah, let's move on. McConey leading his teammate JB. It's a little bit of a Haas battle here. What is effectively a P3 between McConey and JB. Bowie not too far behind either, but Cole Paradox also in the mix. He's also opened the gap a little bit to Papa Strauss behind and Murphy. A really interesting battle here between McConey and JB as we approach lap 13, I believe. Yes, lap 13. And Matt Wilson is showing up as the race leader, but apparently the race leader is Warrior Huntsman, who's flying ahead, but in P15, which is really bizarre. The actual one's got the fast lap 1:12.8, the yellow flag. It looks like to be a Ferrari. It's Doomsday. He's having a bit of a bad moment, isn't he, in Ferrari? It looked pretty promising in qualifying. It's gone to pot for him a little bit, hasn't it? He now gets fast lap 1:12.8. What? Wait, what? Warrior Huntsman is just at the fastest lap with a 1:12.8. He's nowhere near the start. And I don't want to jinx this by anything, but I think he's the one that's causing the yellow flags. I mean, look. I don't know what this looks. I mean, but listen, by the way, it's not his fault by any means, and it's a shame. But if this is looking like what it's looking like to me for the drivers, he cannot win this race. Surely, it wouldn't be fair. He's 15th. It's saying he just set a fastest lap. He's nowhere near the finish. I mean, he is now, but when he did it, he wasn't nowhere near the finish. I mean, I've never seen that before. Anyway, here comes Bowie looking to get past JB. JB versus JB. For now, JBX holds off JB Bowie, Cole Paradox, our championship leader, not too far behind. It could be a battle between the top two here. As I mentioned before tonight, Cole Paradox was a point clear of JB Bowie in the championship. They're now very, very close in this race. As it stands, there's a bit of a fight between the back here as well, between Atom and Doomsday for P11. Wait, what? What? Look at that! Atom's 11th, Doomsday's 15th. How are they racing each other? I am baffled. Genuinely baffled with what's going on here. Unless I'm being really thick. How come Atom, who's 11th, be racing Doomsday, who's 15th? It makes no sense. Your leader, apparently, is 14th. Why am I racing in 2022? I don't get it. I've never seen this before ever on this game. I know there's issues with the game, but like, really? Nevertheless, Jacko, Joan and Tatron are very, very close here. Here comes Drone, who's going to get a pretty easy move on Jacko, who's now going to be under pressure from the Mercedes of the Natural Man. The three of them battling out for that P8 spot. Drone in the Aston Martin, from Jacko in the Alpha Tauri, from the Natural Man in the Mercedes. He's going to go on the inside of Jacko. He's gone very, very wide there, Jacko. And to be fair, give him the place pretty easily. What is going on here, though? I'm so confused with this, by the way. Really confused. Yeah, looks like the update has sorted all the issues yet. Looks like it, mate. Why are we getting yellow flags all the time? What is this game? You pay all this money for a game, and it does this. But a real good battle here, to be fair, towards the front. The likes of Bowie, Cole and Strauss. And also JB. McConaughey not too far behind Matt Wilson now for what is technically the race lead. Again, I don't know what's going on with Roy Huntington, so I can't comment on that. I can only base on what I can see. And what I can see is that Matt Wilson's leading the Grand Prix and McConaughey's in P2 right behind him here. Matt Wilson's doing a fine job as a reserve to that, by the way, against a very good driver in McConaughey, and for now holding him off. But of course they're on two completely different tyres. Mark on the soft, so we'll start to die off in the next couple of laps. McConaughey on the hards, which can go to the end, right towards the end of the race if he needs them to, but of course won't feel the best as the race progresses. Then you've got JB ahead of JB Bowie. Haas versus Alpha Tauri. Cole Paradox edging ahead of Strauss, who's, to be fair, jumped quite a lot. Wasn't he right at the back, Strauss? Yeah, he's up 11. Great start for Strauss. Murphy in 7th, Joan in 8th, Natural Man in 9th after a bit of a bad start. Oh, and Jacko and Natural Man wheel to wheel there. Let's get very, very feisty between the two of them. The elbows are well and truly out here as Jacko tries to go on the outside of the Mercedes driver. They're going to be wheel to wheel as they approach sector 3. Jacko first is a Natural Man. There's contact again. And the Natural Man for now gets the elbows out and gets ahead of Jacko. Matt Wilson in the pits. He's a very good stint on the softs. He's done the problem. Matt Scott has to do a penalty in the pits, which is going to slow him down a lot. Of course, it's only a short pit lane here in Zandvoort, about 15 seconds, but with the penalty, it's going to be a little bit longer now for him. Sorry, I'm just a little bit baffled by this with Warrior Huntsman. Very baffled, but you know, nevertheless, we try and get on with it. It does mean that for now, technically speaking, your top two is both Haas, McConaughey and JB. JB Bowie in P3. 19 people in the stream. Thank you so much for your support. Drop a like, drop a sub. Tell me who's going to win this race with 19 laps to go. Let me know. At the moment, looking pretty good for Haas, isn't it? Looking pretty good for Haas. A really good battle here as well as Cole Paradox closes the gap on his championship rival JBI, as I mentioned already. Cole Paradox leads the championship going into this race 3 of the season, 1 point ahead of that man in front of him, JB Bowie. Every point matters this season, of course, even in such early stages. And I think it'll be interesting to see how this progresses as this race goes on. More than halfway through now, on to lap 18 we go. And for now, McConaughey from JB Bowie, from Cole Paradox and from Strauss, which had a great start from last on the grid. 2 DNF so far, that is Pheasant Plucker and Leon. I'm going to grab a really quick drink. I'll leave on board with Strauss. I'll back with you in a moment. Apologies, I am back and I am ready to rumble. We're on lap 18 of Tier 3 Race 3 here in Zandvoort. There's an incident there, so is it a Haas? It's JB! Oh no! What's happened to JB? He was in third, second even. He's now down into seventh and got Jacko right behind him. So clearly an incident for Mr. JB. Now, you can see here, at the moment, there's constant yellow flags in Sector 2, despite there being no incidents there. In that same section every time you look on the track map. There also seems to be yellow flags on Sector 1, on the straight. Or Sector 3, depending on how you look at it. And again, yellow flags, despite no one being there. What is going on? I mean, I have a feeling it's due to the connection. Oh wait, he's leading now. What is going on? He's now leading. So he was leading. He was right. It's just a really bizarre glitch. You can see his connection. Bless him, is awful. But he's leading the race and he's pretty comfortable to Marconi at the moment, who's got a real train behind him of J. Bowie, Cole Paradox, and Papa Strauss, who could be on for a driver of the day problem at the moment. Starting in 17th, up to P5 and on the cusp of the top 3 here. Again, yellow flags, despite there being absolutely no incidents whatsoever. Bizarre. The pit stop for Bowie, which is going to put Cole Paradox into third, and put Strauss into fourth. And Murphy into fifth, who has got a penalty though. There's your pens, 5 for Murphy, 3 for Craigo, 8 for Atom. But the Alpine of Huntsman does lead the Grand Prix. With 16 laps of racing to go. Apologies for that, it confused me, that glitch massively. Bowie in the pits, as we mentioned, Jacko in the pits, both mediums for the Alpha Tauri drivers, who are 8th and 10th respectively. So for now, Huntsman from Marconi, from Cole Paradox. Strauss in 4th, Murphy 5th, Drone, Nacho Man, Bowie, Mark Wilson, who's just pitted for fresh mediums, are looking to climb from that P9 as the race ends. Begins to, should I say. Jacko, JB, Milios, Craigo, Atom, Doomsray, and of course Pheasant and Leon, your 2 DNFs as far. On board then with Huntsman, a little bit of a wiggle there, didn't he? The Alpine driver. He takes on to lap 21, he's 8.1 seconds clear of the Haas of Marconi, and at the moment you'd say he has to pit again. Looking very, very good here for a race when the one who got a P3 last week in France had that unfortunate spin, despite being right in the mix. With all these yellow flags, would it be good to call a red flag? I mean, I don't have that power, unfortunately, mate. I'm a commentator. I don't have that power at all. I'm sure that it'll be looked into. Of course, it's no one's fault. Just very frustrating. But 21 laps, you don't want to be calling a red flag 21 laps into a race, do you? And hopefully now we've seen the end of it. It looks like Huntsman's back with us. And touch wood, we're all right. 15 laps to go, as I mentioned, and the man who got P3 last week looks to have the yellow flags again out in sector 1. You can see there, very bizarre. You can see there Warren Huntsman, who won P3 last week in France, very unlucky in Britain with that spin in the rain. Of course, a previous champion in Kona, an academy winner in season 3. That is actually genuinely yellow flag. That is J. Bowie, the man who's P2 in the championship. He had an off moment there. He's only just pitted fresh mediums and he could have more damage there, and that could be a damaging spin for the Alpha Tauri of JB Bowie. Not what he would have wanted. Let's have a look on Cole Paradox, who actually lost out to Papa Strauss on 22 laps in, 17th to 3rd. It could be a driver of the week performance so far. Hope, as he said before, where are the McLarens? Here he is, Papa Strauss, having a superb performance. What a boy. And at the moment, it's a long way to go, but 17th to 3rd, What a performance from the McLaren of Papa Strauss. He has got Cole Paradox, the championship lead, closing him in a bit. But for now, looking good. Huntsman 8.8 seconds clear of the closest car. That is the Haas of Cone Racing League Marconi. In fairness, a lot of these will have to pit again. Huntsman, Strauss, Paradox, Murphy, Drone, who's done 16 laps on the soft. And that's why I'll have to pit again. That'll bring likes of Mark Wilson back in. Might bring Barry back in as well. Barry, to be fair, that's been lost a lot of time. So Mark Wilson, to be fair, I think he still wants to watch in this race. No penalties, fresher tyres, and everyone above him will probably pit again. So Mark has still been in a position here to get a very fine result as a Tier 4 reserve in a Tier 3 race. Huntsman, though, 9 seconds scale, the gap's getting bigger and bigger and bigger at the moment. He's flying in the Alpine. And if you're an Alpine fan or an Alpine driver, you'll like to see that. Murphy's left. No! We invite him back quickly. No, Murphy, no. I invited him back. Let's hope that he gets back in, because that's going to be damaging. That's also a spin, and that is in a wall. It's Miley-O's, and it's damage, and it could be a costly. Oh, sorry, it's Craigo, not Miley, it's Craigo, who can't get his car back going again. Bless him. So Craigo's span, and Murphy's lagged out. So it's a damaging few minutes for Williams. He's back in though, but how much time has he lost there due to the disconnection? Thankfully, he's back in. But I'd imagine he's lost a pretty decent amount of time. He's got a gap to Drone. Boy, Huntsman's gap getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're getting close to 10 seconds now from the Alpine down to the Haas as we enter the closing stages of this Grand Prix. We approach lap 24. Roy Huntsman approaching his 16th lap on the medium tyre Marconi, approaching his 17th lap on the hard. Drone approaching his 18th lap on the soft. They're going to start burning. But to be fair, he's in P6, doing a pretty good job so far. Isn't really any type of battle to him. There's a pit stop for Craigo. Dinatran's got a freezing penalty for multiple warnings as Craigo, down in 14th, hops into the pits and puts a fresh pair of softs on, and the new wing will take into the end of the Grand Prix. 3 people on the stream, thank you so much as we approach the closing stage. It's been an entertaining Dutch Grand Prix. We've seen rain, we've seen DNFs, we've seen safety cars, and there's still 12 laps to go where we'll have more drama to determine the top 3 and the winner, which at the moment looking very, very safe bet for Roy Huntsman by about any mistakes. 10 seconds now clear of Cody Strauss from 17th on the grid. He started dead last, up to looking like a really comfortable P3. He's not too far behind Marconi in P2 either. Only 3.5 seconds. He'll be open to try and bring that back, Strauss. And looking like on for a really good result for McLaren and for himself from last on the grid, up to them potentially a driver of the week-esque performance from Papa Strauss. Murphy's got back in now and still in 5th, to be fair, but I imagine still some pit stops are coming, especially for these longer medium runners, and especially for Joe, who's done 18 laps now on them softs. He'll definitely have to pit again, and I'd probably say very, very soon. Nacho Man and Mark Wilson probably the closest as well. Nacho Man in 7th, Mark Wilson in 8th. But Mark Wilson, to be fair, on the fresher mediums, he'll still be open here. A few pit stops that you can jump a few and still get access into that top 5 definitely for Mark. You can see that gap from Huntsman getting bigger and bigger. It's now over 10 seconds. He is flying and edging towards the race win. 10.1 seconds down the gap from Huntsman down to the Haas and Marconi. Nacho Man helping into the pits. He's going to put a set of fresh softs on to the end. It's going to come out in probably maybe he's lucky ahead of Jacko and JB into 9th, and a fresh set of softs for the Nacho Man to see out the last 10 or so laps of this Grand Prix. Going to come out just behind Jacko, but ahead of the Haas of JB. As Jacko and the Nacho Man have contact, and the Nacho Man, who's just pitted for softs, has heartbreak contact with the AlphaTauri of our Jacko, and it's a damaging moment after a pit stop for the Nacho Man. Apologies, I am back. Drone travelling into the pits after a really good stint of 20 laps on them softs in the Aston Martin. Fair play, so come out in a pretty good position to be fair here. Could come out in 8th ahead of Jacko, which to be fair would be a really good stint. Is he going to come out ahead of Jacko? Just behind him, isn't he? Yeah, but still, to be fair, on 9th on fresh softs, a good chance of making some ground age round at the end of the race. The top 5 all on 18 to 19 lap old tyres with 10 laps to go. I'd imagine some pit stops here, unless they want to try and push him to the end, which is doable by all means, just about, but we'll see. Huntsman now 10.9 seconds clear of the Haas of Marconi, from Strauss, from Paradox, from Murphy, Mark, Bowie, Jacko, Drone and JB complete your top 10 as we approach the last 9 or so laps of race 3 in tier 3 of the Dutch Grand Prix. We've been to Britain, we've been to France, we're in Zandvoort. Who's going to take the crown tonight? Huntsman looking more and more likely as the laps progress to take the W home for himself and for Alpine. A good P3 last week in France. Can he go on better tonight and take the crown in France? And into the HJB in the Haas. He's got no wing, and by the looks of it, he's very, very lucky to have not retired the car completely there, JB. No wing, he'll have to go in the pits, but looks like he's very, very lucky there to have not off the car completely there. Extremely lucky. But a pit stop it'll be, and a new wing and a fresh set of tyres for JB-221. Again, yellow flags that aren't really yellow flags. It's so bizarre, very misleading as a commentator. But Roy Huntsman, 10.8 seconds clear. Doomsday gets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:12.1 for the man down in 15th place. As the Aston Martin of Drone getting very, very close to the rear end of the Alpha Tauri of our Jacko. Oh, and look like a bit more contact again between Jacko's got his elbows out to that, hasn't he? Bloody hell. Got their elbows out. And he's kept ahead of Drone for now in P8. Apologies for having to turn the mic on and off. My granddad's not too well, so just getting some information on my granddad, so apologies for having to do that as Jacko does spin, and I believe that was on his own accord. And he's down in 11th now, so I've done all that work to get into P7 and P8, and then spins the poor lad. And he's down in P11. Again, apologies for the last couple of minutes though, I had to keep me mic, just my mum was coming in giving me info on my granddad. Back to the race, we approach the last 6 or 7 laps. Cole Paradox has pitched fresh soft, he's in 5th. 21 laps on mediums for Huntsman, 22 laps on hards for Marconi, 21 lap on mediums for Papa Strauss. And Strauss, to be fair, as I mentioned on a few occasions, started dead last in P17. He's now in P3. So a very good stint so far for Strauss. And at the moment, no one's even near him. A very good result on the cards here for Strauss, which I'm sure will be over the moon with. If you can see it out. Roy Huntsman though getting closer and closer and closer to winning this Grand Prix. The top 3, to be fair, have had great stints on them tyres, on the mediums and the hards respectively. It's an actual man getting the fastest lap, and he will get a point, to be fair. He's in 10th, so at the moment he'll get the point. A 1:12.1 I believe that was. Let's just confirm that. Yeah, 1:12.1 on the soft tyre, the Mercedes driver. And the gap's starting to open up a bit now, and not really any big battles on track as we approach the closing stages of this Grand Prix. A yellow flag. I think that's a... who is that? Is that Craigo? Yeah, he looks to have ghosted as well, bless him. Not been his night at all, has it? Doomsday gets a penalty, he's down in 15th at the moment. The last of the running cars, an incident there. Sorry, not incident, a battle there. Between... yeah, it was Barry getting past the AI of Craig, wasn't it? And Mark Wilson, to be fair to him, looking on for a P4 at the moment. As I mentioned on 5 or 6 occasions, he won here on Monday in Tier 4, was reserved tonight in Tier 3, and well on for a top 5 at the moment. And yeah, not bad at all, is it, that for Mark? Not a bad week at all in Zandvoort for him. If you can see that last few, that's Murphy. Now steals the best lap of 1:11.8 for Murph Dog. He's in 10th at the moment, looking to get some decent points there, to be fair. A P7 and the fastest lap wouldn't be too shabby at all for Cone Racing League _ Murphy, if he can see it out. 6 laps to go. Roy Huntsman is now 11.2 seconds clear of McConey on 22 lap all mediums, so he's approached lap 31 of this Grand Prix to see out this race. McConey 3 seconds clear of Papa Strauss, then 16 seconds clear of Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson has got 10 lap better mediums though, and Strauss will be hoping to try and close the gap a little bit, but with only 5 laps to go, it'll be a tough ask for Mark, who will try and bring on a P4. Cole Parrott's championship leader in 5th, Bowie the man in P2 in 6th, Murphy 7th, Joan Melio's and the natural man at the moment complete your top 10. And once again, Huntsman is saying he's dropped places. It's so bizarre. He's now 11th apparently, but he's your race leader. Do not get tricked by that. And yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? Really weird one. Craigill back in the pit. It's not been his night, bless him, has it? We're going to put on fresh softs and another new wing to see out the race. And of course, 15 drivers left, all get at least a point, won't they? Of course, the Cone Racing League format is that the top 15 all get points. Meaning that all these boys will get at least something tonight to finish the race off. So, you know, as I said already tonight, points make prize of this league, and every point matters. So if you're down in 15th, finish the race off, get yourself a point, you know. That point could be big towards the end of the season, who knows. And for your constructor as well, you know. Could be a big point for your constructor as well, especially with it being combined. It's an incident here, and it's Drone in the Aston Martin who spanned the car. And it looks like his race is over, bless him. He's still in the top 10. Has he got damage? Maybe not, actually. He may have saved it. Certainly lost 1 or 2 places though there, bless him. And Joan, another reserve driver tonight, done a good job on them softs earlier on. Not had a good stint on this time around, unfortunately, but still in 9th. And we're getting decent points there for himself and for Aston Martin. Yellow flag again. It is a Ferrari, and it's Doomsday. And in qualifying, they look good Ferrari, didn't they, bless them? Leon's out and Doomsday down in 15th, dead last. So, unfortunately, Ferrari bottom of the championship, only going to get probably 1 point here, which will do them no favours. So, we are heading on to lap 33 of 36, I believe. And Roy Huntsman, as Jack gets past up 111.6 now. Roy Huntsman, he's 11th on the screen, but he's actually the race leader, bizarrely. He leads from McConey, from Strauss, and from Mark Wilson, who's going to reel off a little bit of pressure here towards the end from the championship leader, Cole Paradox. Of course, Mark on 40 lap all mediums, Cole Paradox on relatively new softs. And he'll try and close like happy more, maybe try and beat Mark Wilson. We will see as the laps tick down and this race begins to end. But certainly Cole Paradox closing that gap on the standing of Mark Wilson with only 3 to 4 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. And a good stint, to be fair. McConnell's doing well on them hard, 26 laps. I imagine they'll start feeling a little bit sort of, you know, a bit meh now. You know, not the best. But I'd imagine it'll be pretty tough without McConnell on them hard, and a good stint on them. We'll be able to see how Strauss, by the way, 25 lap on mediums, started dead last into P3 effectively, and still setting improved sectors. A very, very good night for Strauss, and that I'm sure he'll be very happy if he can see it out. So big up Strauss, fair play to the guy, well done Strauss. VSC? Got a VSC? Imagine it turned into a safety car now, could you imagine? Why have we got a VSC? Strauss is pitting for soft, which is smart. As a commentator, you kind of want it to be a safety car, but it's too late, isn't it? But we've got a VSC here right at the end. I don't know why. I have no idea. That's the honest answer, I don't know. But Strauss very cleverly there has put on fresh soft, seen out to the end, and you might even get a fast start with them on as well. But I have no idea why the VSC's come out there. I'm sorry if I missed that. Everyone seems to be. No one's pitting, are they? Oh, Milio's pitting. Yeah, it's Milio's, no wing. There you go. Milio's, the Alpine driver, having to pit due to having no wing on his car. And I'm assuming that's why the VSC's come out. It's a long VSC. Yeah, debris from Milio's, yeah. Must be. And there you go. Right, we're still out, which is bizarre. See, that's weird, isn't it, right? Warrington's apparently leading the race. Yeah, McConaughey's on lap 34. He's on 33. So bizarre. So bizarre, isn't it? A really weird glitch. Now he's on 35 all of a sudden. What? Weird, man. A very, very weird glitch in this race. But nevertheless, these drivers are putting a really good show tonight once again, and have shown me that this will be a really tight championship this year. And you can be between all of them, genuinely. I think they've all got an opportunity to win races and to compete at the top. And, you know, really put on a show for us this season. It's only race 3, you know, long way to go, early stages. We're in Belgium next week, could be a really good race in Spa, couldn't it? Next weekend. Sorry, next Thursday, not next weekend, next Thursday. And I believe that we're in for a really good championship this year, really, you know, tasty championship. A championship that I think will really sort of, you know, go down to the wire with a good amount of drivers. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think that, you know, every point matters, and I keep saying that, but I want to keep reiterating that. You know, you're solely on in the season, but every point matters. These bugs are unbelievable. I know, mate. Awful bug in this game. We are, however, on to the last lap of the race. McConaughey, he's your race leader, but he isn't, because Warrior Huntsman is, even though he's down in P13. It's so bizarre. And it's just down to his connection, I believe, which is why it's caused it. Strauss has got the fastest lap. What a performance from this man, by the way. From 17 up into a podium place, and it looks like he's hit the fastest lap as well. That, Papa Strauss, is superb, my friend. Very, very well done for that. And definitely up there as a potential driver of the week candidate, 100%. And a good result for himself and for McLaren, as he can bring it home now. And he's on purple again. Wants to improve again. Where's Huntsman? He's down in 15th, but is he going to win? This is so bizarre. I mean, it's his connection, isn't it? His connection is just awful. Bless him. But nevertheless, he crosses the line there. He's not done. Well, he is done. Is he done? Is that it? I have no idea. Hopefully, he corrects himself in a moment. Let's find out. McConaughey then rounds the corner. A really good effort on the Mars. He's going to take the mickey a little bit and weave it home. And he brings it home to net P1, P2. I really don't know with Huntsman. That's going to have to be one that the admins look back on, I think, and work out. And I won't like to answer that question. Strauss, what a fault. Whether it's P2 or P3, magnifique from Papa Strauss. Big up Straussy boy, what a result for him. And fair play to him. Very well done, Strauss. Mark Wilson, by the way, as a reserve driver, that is superb. Superb. Well done, Mark. Cole, Bowie, Murphy, again, a really good result for him. Thatcher, man. Drone's going to bring over P8, I think. Has Craig span right at the end? Yeah, he has. Drone just edges Milio's. No, he doesn't. It depends. Milio's jumps him. Milio's 8th, Drone 9th. Jacko going to bring over P10, I believe, I think. Yeah, he is. Looks like JB's had a bit of an incident. And JB's going to cross the line in P11. Yeah, 11. Craig 12. Doing a 13th. That's on 14th. Boy Huntsman. Really weird one, that, innit? In 15th. I do need to put a message in the chat actually regarding this. There will be. Right, apologies. How are we still sat here, by the way? What is going on here? What's going on here? See, once again, he's not finishing this race, which is really, really bizarre. 1 minute. Sorry about this. Right, apologies, I was just messaging the chat. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the stream where it is. The reason being is, I've already mentioned it in the chat, normally I would do the interviews, of course, and McConey, Strauss, Mark deserve interviews, there's no doubt about that. But I really need to go. My granddad's not well in hospital, I need to go and sort him out. My mum's just coming to tell me I need to go. So I can only apologise to the top three for not doing interviews tonight. They deserve it, and I'll make it up for them next week, but I do need to go. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Cone Racing League Tier 3 Race 3 here in Zandvoort. Another superb race, despite a couple of little glitches. It didn't overshadow what was a superb race and a superb battle. Congratulations to the podium sitters, and we are back next week for Spa. We're in Belgium for race 4. Please join us on Monday night at 8 o'clock for Tier 4, and of course on Thursday night for Tiers 1, 2 and 3. Go over now and watch Tier 1 that's live on YouTube now if you want to go and watch some more racing. Other than that, I'm going to have to go. Take care. Thank you so much to the people in the stream tonight that have watched and tuned in and joined me as always. I will see you next time. Hedge out.